And after PV Sindhu, it's the Indian women's hockey team that's made us so exceptionally proud of the Olympics. They've stormed into the semi-finals after defeating Australia 1-0. And listen in to exactly what their captain Rani Rampal said during the 2018 India Today conclave.
रानी, आपके घर में ये तो फेबल बन चुका है कि बारिश होता था, पानी से भर जाता था, उसके बावजूद आप ट्रेनिंग करते थे।
आज से अगर 15-20 साल पहले देखो तो हरियाणा में लड़कियों को घर से बाहर नहीं निकलने देते थे बिल्कुल भी। तो स्पोर्ट्स के लिए सोचना भी बहुत मुश्किल था वहाँ पे। जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम अपने पेरेंट्स को बोला कि मुझे हॉकी खेलना है, सडनली वो लोग मतलब उनका रिएक्शन ऐसा था कि पता नहीं मैंने शायद कुछ गलत बोल दिया उनको, और उनकी भी गलती नहीं थी क्योंकि उन्होंने स्पोर्ट्स के बारे में उनको कुछ पता नहीं था उस टाइम पे। और हर पेरेंट्स चाहता है कि उनका बच्चा लाइफ में कुछ अच्छा करे, लेकिन जो हमारा समाज होता है, हमारी सोसाइटी होती है, समटाइम्स वो हमारे पेरेंट्स को प्रेशराइज करते हैं कि लड़की है, इसको घर से बाहर निकालोगे आपको बैड नेम लेके आएगी। मेरे लिए बहुत बड़ा चैलेंज था उस टाइम पे हॉकी शुरू करना। और द सेकंड चैलेंज था कि मैं बहुत ही एक पुअर फैमिली से बिलोंग करती थी कि मेरे जो फादर थे वो रेड़ा गाड़ी चलाते थे। मुश्किल था कि मैं हॉकी खेलूं, लेकिन मेरे जो कोच हैं सरदार बलदेव सर, उन्होंने मेरे को बहुत ज़्यादा मेरे कैरियर में हेल्प किया।
And joining me on this broadcast, I have with me Tanya Abrol, who played Balbir Kaur in Chakte, India. Tanya, good morning. Your reaction to this news? You know, what's happening at the Olympics is like the script of Chakte, India.
Yes, it's a very good morning indeed. I was watching the match. In fact, I got up a little late and I was with a friend and she woke me up and she's like, Tanya, match, Tanya, quarterfinals. And I just woke up because yesterday, Indian men's team also, they also qualified. And I was like, what, Australia, good medal, what? And I woke up like that and I just put it on and I could see that India is leading with 1 goal. First of all, that was so refreshing. I was like, wow, yaar, हमारा एक goal है और हम आगे चल रहे हैं. Very good. Just maintain the lead and maybe score 1 goal and seal the deal. Very exciting. But the last quarter was so nerve-wracking. Even we got 3 penalty corners, you know, and 1 penalty corner was because the glove was not removed and everything was so much chaos. And I was just like keeping my fingers crossed that ये गोल नहीं होना चाहिए. This goal cannot go. India has to qualify. It has to qualify for semis, and it's just tremendous. It's amazing. I'm so happy.
You know, you're so right. That last quarter, we all were counting down with that clock to ensure that the match just gets over and that, you know, in some way Australia doesn't manage to score. But Tanya, did you ever think that one day this script of Chakte India would actually become a reality? That's what everyone's talking about right now.
I would like to say it's not a reality yet. Let us win that medal and maybe that's when we can say about it. But still, it's such a big achievement. And I am just thrilled right now. I'm very excited. I just wore my, workout clothes and I was so charged. I was like, I'm going to go and work out. I don't know how to calm my nerves down. I'm so excited.
You know, the movie Chakte India was almost a turning moment for hockey in the country. It created this whole spirit in India, made the sport so popular. It was a turning moment essentially for hockey in India. Do you think this kind of a match now is going to do that again in the country?
Pardon me, please?
Your movie Chakte India, after it released, Tanya, everyone was talking about hockey. It became, such a turning point for the game itself, for the sport in the country. Now, do you think this match is going to do the exact same thing, make hockey so popular and inspire others to take it up?
Well, I hope so. I really hope so. We are such a big population and, there should be more sportsmen coming out of this country and winning more medals. Parents need to be actively participant in the whole process of, right from the childhood, make them play some sort of sport, not to get a medal or to win some competition, just as a lifestyle. Now we need to start thinking about how any sport becomes a part of our life just because we want to play, just for the spirit of it. And definitely victory does lure everybody, it does give hopes to a lot of people. I was listening to Rani's comments just now, just before me, and the family she comes from and what she has achieved is so amazing. And this is her story and every girl's story in the team is gonna inspire all the girls in this nation, and I just hope that there's going to be a flood of more and more players coming and wanting to join the team and represent their country.
Tanya, finally, before we let you go, your message to Rani Rampal and her team now.
Get us the medal. Get us the medal. Go. You can do it. I have my full faith, and just play the best of your life. That's all you need to do. Like in Chuck Day, there was a speech, 70 minutes है तुम्हारे पास में, और ये 70 मिनट अगर तुमने अपनी जिंदगी की बेस्ट हॉकी खेल ली, तो तुम्हें फिर कोई नहीं रोक सकता. So this is all I can say. My best wishes to them, and let's see what happens in families.
We've all got our fingers crossed. Tanya, thank you so much for joining us this morning and sharing your sentiments. And obviously, every one of us so very overjoyed with how India has performed. Great news this Monday morning, really, of our women's hockey team beating Australia, defeating Australia to make it to the semi-finals. Boria Majumdar is with us from Tokyo, getting us all the latest reactions pouring in right now. Boria, congratulatory messages from all around. Not sure if you heard that conversation with Tanya. She's someone who starred in Chak De India, and she's saying, I want to see that script fully playing out. I want them to have a medal in their hands.
This is a better script, Tanya. This is a better script. She was very sweet. She said that 70-minute dialogue. I loved that. But this is a better script. That was real. This is real. This is actually real. You can't still believe it. This women's team has lifted the morale of the entire contingent yet again. Now when it seeps in, put it in context. They had lost all their games in Rio. They had lost the first 3 games in Tokyo. So when you really place it in context, the humongous nature of this achievement, the gargantuan nature of this achievement comes to light. Clearly, if you really sort of try and place it in the larger horizon of Indian hockey history, this is the greatest win in the history of women's hockey. Make no mistake. To take out the hockey rules, the Australian team in an Olympic quarter-final under pressure, when you've never made an Olympic semi-final, this is stellar. To be able to withstand that pressure. Yesterday was Srijesh, today was Savita. The Rani Rampal-led team, the captain, the players, Vandana Kataria's hat-trick. Today, unbelievable. As I said, for me, and I'm keeping in mind Sindhu, Meera, Lavlina, everyone. Team sport galvanizes a country. And that's what we are going to see over the next couple of days. The women's team, the men's team making the semi-final has made this Olympics, according to me, one of India's best ever games. I do not want to hear that refrain from anybody that, oh, you know what, Tokyo was not great. It is great because 2 hockey teams making the semi-final is like pinch yourself and believe. Are you really seeing it happen in front of your eyes? Yes, we are. Men, you could have still given them a chance. Women, hockey? Oh no. Beating Australia is simply outstanding, and now they will believe they can do anything. Sad Marine, the coach, after the match, Akshita was asked. He was asked in the mix zone, so what about plans for the semi-finals? You know what he said? Just enjoy. Because Sad Marine too knows the magnitude of this victory, the huge, humongous nature of this victory. As I said, this is the greatest ever win for our girls.
Some of them are also speaking. Gurjeet Kaur was one who scored the only goal in that match today against Australia. And she said, we're feeling very good. The team's hard work has paid off. The entire nation is proud of us. Both men's and women's team in semi-final. It's a huge moment for us. Captain Rani Rampal has also spoken to us, and she said this is the biggest moment for Indian hockey. The men's and women's team is in the semis. I'm super proud of the team. We said to each other, give it your all, and we did exactly that. And that's exactly it, Boria. Look at what Rani has said, the captain. She's saying we told each other to just go all out. And that showed there on the field. That showed why really we emerged victor and why we scored 1, Australia was 0. It was that attitude of we'll do whatever it takes. We'll give it our all and we'll see what happens.
Absolutely, Akshita. And check out Rani Rampal's story. Rani Rampal is a dream come true story.
Yeah.
She's the girl next door, born into underprivilege, coming from underprivilege, making it to the top part of Indian sport. An elite performer who has now taken her country to the hockey semi-finals of the Olympic Games. This is what immortality is all about. Lore is scripted, legacies are written, immortality achieved when you play like this. And that's what our hockey girls just did. This is real Chak De. I'm sure Submarine, Shah Rukh Khan would be glued to his television set to see what Submarine is doing. This is a better script. And if they go on to win that semi-final, I don't know what the country will do, because clearly men and women's hockey making it to the semi-finals have made these Olympic Games one of the best ever in our history, if not the best. If medals come, make no mistake, that debate will be put to rest once and for all.
And they've won hearts, haven't they? With this performance against Australia, they won all of our hearts. They put a huge smile on our faces on a Monday morning. And for that, we have to thank this team for such a stellar performance, for holding up their nerves and ensuring they put up that kind of a performance against Australia. I just want to quickly take a look at the kind of messages of congratulations that have been pouring in. Here's what the sports minister said.
अगले आने वाले बहुत महत्वपूर्ण मैचेस के लिए भी 135 करोड़ भारतीय की ओर से बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं। मुझे खुशी इस बात की है कि भारत की बेटियों ने अब तक 2 मेडल जीत कर दिखाए हैं। आज महिला हॉकी टीम ने भी शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है और पुरुष हॉकी टीम ने भी शानदार प्रदर्शन किया है।
2 बार ओलंपिक मेडल जीतना ये किसी लोगों के किस्मत में लिखा होता है कि एक प्लेयर 2 बार ओलंपिक मेडल जीते। तो सिंधु का तो कहना ही क्या है कि वो हमारे एक प्राइड है भारत का, और हमारे लिए फिर मेडल आए हमारा बहुत बड़ी बात है।
So let me again tell you exactly what the women told us soon after their win. Gurjeet Kaur, she scored the only goal there in the match, scored the winning goal for India. She says this is a huge moment for us, all our hard work paid off. Captain Rani Rampal said that we had one clear motto, give it our all and see what happens. And that's exactly what translated to this huge win that's made all of us so very proud of our women. We've been talking about Nari Shakti every single day since the start of this Olympics. That's on display again this Monday morning with the women's hockey team doing so exceptionally well and defeating a team like Australia. Who would have thought, Boria? You know, you joined us this morning. I remember at 8 we were talking about PV Sindhu, we were talking about Kamalpreet Kaur. Who would have thought that the women's hockey team also would step up and so brilliantly at that?
That's why this is the Olympic Games. In this Olympic Games, a Novak Djokovic loses, a Kento Momota loses, Simone Biles withdraws, a Naomi Osaka loses. You cannot give up. And that's why I keep talking about to our people back home, to the Indian fans, support your people. Like we say on India Today, go for gold. Like we say on India Today, cheer for India. That's what it is about. You've got to back your players. Look at what the girls did today against a much fancied hockey ruse, to be able to beat them, to be able to score 1 and then soak in the pressure, 7 penalty corners. If it was Srijesh yesterday, it was Savita Punia's day today. Savita Punia did not have a great Rio. And if you watch that interview with me, I'm sure our producers will play it for you, Akshita. I'd done a long half an hour with Rani Rampal, Submarine and Savita Punia in the build-up. You will see Savita saying that Rio was a learning because I wasn't able to do well. I want to make a comeback and redeem myself. You have Savita. You have Rani. When Rani came to the India Today conclave, she's told us her story. If that doesn't inspire you, each of these girls today who were out there in that hockey park are an inspiration. They have done the country proud. This is what sport is. You know what sport is all about? Sport is about scripting history, writing lore, and making yourselves immortal by punching above your weight. And that's what these girls have just done against one of the best teams in the world, that is Australia. And what is an Olympic campaign? An Olympic campaign is about players who punch above their weight and push the bar up, elevate the bar, and tell the country that, you know what, come what may, we will give our best. And that's what I want to see, and I've already seen that.
I'll be very clear, I wasn't expecting this. India beating Australia in such an emphatic manner. Wasn't expecting it, but it's the best possible news that we could have received this Monday morning. Best possible news to start off this week on. Boria, thank you very much for joining us. This is a story that we're, of course, going to get you the latest reactions on. A moment of huge pride for all of us. Our women's hockey team putting a smile on our faces this Monday morning. Let's see what happens in the semi-finals and in the finals. But for the moment, this quarter-final win, defeating a team like Australia, is a moment that we need to cherish, that we can afford to celebrate right now. So Chakte India, more power to them. Let's hope that they go on to bag a medal also at the Olympics.